Hello guys and welcome back to the Cask Connoisseur, and here we are for part 2 of the Single Cask Nation. I'll get it right one day. That's why I'm not the whiskey connoisseur. So yeah, here we are back to part 2, which again I'll hand over to Chris for the realms to take it all over, but I'll just like to say that the first part we really enjoyed, didn't we?
Part 1. If you're into sherried whiskey, they're three crackers without a shadow of doubt. So we've done this, got the second half. So we're going to start with a Tormore, 10-year-old, I think.
10-year-old,
yeah.
Okay.
Then this is where it gets really good for pronunciation. A Ruadh Maor from Glenturret. Now, Ruadh Maor is a peated version of Glenturret. And Glenturret, I think this year have stopped producing peated whiskey. Okay. Maybe it's next year they're stopping, but they're roundabout stopping doing it, concentrating on sherried whiskies. And then we've got a Williamson 10-year-old. So the Williamson basically will be a Laphroaig. So now we've got the difficult pronunciations out the way, and we're guaranteed to repeat the wrong pronunciations throughout the rest of the video, whatever. We will start. So, first one is a Tormore, distilled in 2014, 10-year-old. First fill, heavily toasted, mild char.
Okay.
Hogshead. Now, HTMC, apparently, because I looked this up on the internet, was something first introduced by the Scotch Malt Whisky Society as a way to increase chocolate flavours. Now, I have absolutely no idea, because it's the first time I've ever spotted an HTMC cask, and we may have already ruined it because we've got chocolate flavours in our head. But we'll see.
We'll see. That's it.
We'll see. Now, I've got some other comments to make about Tormore, but I'll hold back until we've had a chance to. I like that colour.
I love that colour. Wow.
That's a nice colour. Okay. I get first sniff.
Yes.
Yay.
Excuse me.
Ooh. Sorry about that, guys. That is. Well, again, I'll wait till Luke. That is complex.
Ooh, complex.
That takes an awful lot of working
digesting.
out. Yeah, digesting. Yeah. That's the word. It really is something, to my mind, that I can't differentiate immediately.
I'm trying to pick.
I mean, that is let's spend a couple of minutes just nosing it. They should all be at room temperature because they've been in here all day. Blah blah blah.
I'm trying to pick up that nose is. I mean, it's vibrant. It's vibrant, but oh god, that's difficult. I'm
getting grass meadows off that.
Grass meadows, but I'm picking up a particular flower.
Yeah, particular flower.
Yeah.
So if you imagine a meadow freshly cut for hay, not silage, freshly cut for hay, and there's been, you know what's funny, because of course it's nowhere near it, North Yorkshire, and you have the old hay meadows, full of wildflowers. That is the easiest I can sum that up for. I mean, there's got to be.
It's quite herby.
Yeah.
Herby as well.
Three, 4 kind of big smells, let's call it.
Yeah.
And then there's got the whole host of little ones. I mean, it's really hard to describe to pick up, because I'm also thinking that the nose has a hint of what I imagine the cask would smell like before they put the whiskey in. So, I'm thinking sweet, I'm thinking vanilla.
It's so. It's just.
Bit, yeah, malt.
Malt maybe
is off the toast, and not when you burn the toast and it goes black, but a nice deep brown toast. White bread, not the brown, because that'll make the flavours change. But a white bready, toasted white bread, heavily toasted, which kind of.
That's interesting. You're picking up that. I'm going more like lemon and ginger.
Well, that's because it's so complex.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is, guys. You could spend
the hours trying to work out what that aroma is.
I mean,
the problem is we haven't got half an hour.
Whatever you'd say, that is superb.
Hopefully it tastes just as good. That's interesting.
That is different.
That is completely different. I've gone from that, complex trying to understand an aroma. I feel like now I'm back to. That's actually remind me of a chili con carne. That is. I'm getting peppers and herbs and mixed herbs. It's quite savoury more than sweet.
Yeah, that's definitely savoury more than sweet. There's a lot more. There's a lot more spice in there.
Yeah.
That spice does hit you.
I'm actually thinking of I'm about to either eat chili con carne.
Yeah, shop bought, not homemade.
Yeah,
if it was my homemade, we'd have steam coming out the ears. But
shop brought
definitely maybe a bit. I mean that's good.
It's good, but it's
good. Yeah, no, I'm not even sure. I mean, I don't think personally I'd recognise that as a Tormore if I was on a blind tasting with it. I think that would possibly pass me by. And compared to what we've tried previously from Single Cask Nation, it's lighter. It's not as heavy or robust. And it is almost a summery thing, which comes back to our meadows.
Yes.
But
I think
spice goes ping.
It's meaty on the spice. It's very meaty on the spice. So, that's it. That's what I was just thinking of. Tandoori. Bit of tandoori chicken now. I'm thinking of, imagine that tandoori paste when you're marinating your chicken and all that stuff.
Yeah, that could work quite well.
Doing that on the barbecue or something.
It's quite surprising, really. I mean, it is an unusual dram. Interestingly enough, that was my pick when I looked on the original list.
Okay.
Tormore, and interestingly enough, most people's stock has already sold out of that.
Yeah, I've been treated.
So,
I wonder what the price is.
Well, what do you think?
So it's So it's a Tormore. It's a first fill 2014. It's a 10-year-old. Now, obviously, we had the Aaron Laphroaig, which was 9-year-old, and that was £60. So that was a good value for money. I think that's going to be a little bit more for a Tormore. So I'm going to go for that. I'm going to go for 85.
Okay. Now, I'll have to admit that the only reason I know that most of it's sold out because I did actually look earlier on today to see where to get a bottle. And then I got very disappointed because everywhere I went had sold out. There are some shops still have it. That is £73, some places 72, so around 73, 75.
Wow, okay.
And
that's good value for money again now, Chris.
Yeah, we're still on absolutely superb cracking money. It's wow. I mean, yeah, that's four I'd like to pick, not pick, sorry. Yeah. Four I'd like to buy out of four. I mean, they are different, and that's the amazing thing.
That has really stunned me.
They are different. Each one has been different.
I honestly thought that would
quality.
I mean, I thought there was a thing going on at the minute. We're about to enter a recession and all that stuff. I was expecting that 70 to have at least another 20 or so pounds on it for that.
Yeah, no,
I'm amazed.
That's very good. And I'll tell you the other thing. My mouth's watering.
Yeah.
I've got that mouth watering that you get, which, it's almost like, it was meaty. I can go with this idea of chili or tandoori chicken. There's a meatiness to it. There's this. I don't want to use the word herbal because herbal kind of makes people think there's a strong.
Yes, yeah.
It's not.
It's not strong. No.
It is in my mind. It's freshly cut hay meadows or hay meadows with lots of wild flowers in bloom, and you come in and you just smell it all. It's not overpowering. It's not overwhelming. It's just there on the flavours.
I would say the best way that you could, I mean, if looking from a beer way here, to probably describe that, I would describe it as a malty IPA. You get that refreshing, sweet, not sweet, no, but like that, hop based on the nose. I mean, you get that little bit of meaty, that meaty kick on the finish. Malty IPA. So to me, it's an IPA.
And if you're a whiskey drinker and not a beer drinker, IPA stands for India Pale Ale.
That is correct.
So yeah, I think that would be good. That would be a multi IPA. That's a nice way of summarising it. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
On to the next.
Number five. Here we are.
Which is the Ruadh Maor from Glenturret. So it's a first fill, heavily charred hogshead. As I say, Ruadh Maor from Glenturret is peated Glenturret. Okay. It was distilled in 2013 and it's 10-year-old. Now, prior to Glenturret being took over in 2019, my favourites from Glenturret and the ones that were always well worth drinking were the Ruadh Maor. And hopefully, I've got high expectations for this.
I'm hoping so.
Okay.
So number 5 out of number 6, guys.
What have we got?
Ooh.
That's an interesting
colour.
Okay.
I am very intrigued on that colour. Definitely, I would say.
Let's see if we can get the camera to see this.
Wow. It's slightly darker.
It's slightly darker.
But if you're from a further distance.
Well, let's put it this way. If we were at a party, you could quite happily mix those two glasses. There is a slight difference in colour. I mean, that's a... You're better at describing colours.
I would say, so the one on the right, I'd easily say that's like, imagine like a golden... Yeah, the Tormore's definitely a golden ale, which, as I say, is that one there now. If you're looking at the Ruadh Maor, I would say I'm going to go more deep amber than golden, so probably deep amber, bit like a Bass colour. Maybe not Bass.
No, that's definitely. I mean, to me, they're both amber. With
both
the Tormore being slightly lighter than the Tormore, but I wouldn't like to put the glass down, and then you're thinking, "Oh, I'm drinking Tormore." Then you.
Yes.
Well, the one good thing is we now know that my palate is totally refreshed because I'm still salivating from the Tormore, which is, or is it expectation of drinking this? No, we're not allowed to drink this yet. We've got to nose it first, haven't we?
That's it. You got to nose it first.
Oh, no, it's peated, definitely. And the other overwhelming, because I'm in the distillery.
Oh, okay.
I'm stood by the washbacks.
This has definitely got high expectations.
And just going, gosh, that's interesting. I better stop because, again, we don't want to influence Luke before he gets the chance to...
Definitely peated. Pick that straight up. So Chris is at the washbacks. I am thinking distillery. but I'm actually thinking of of when they're racking.
Okay, yeah.
Or of it being settling in the actual warehouse. I'm getting
so you're getting what warehouse vibes?
Warehouse vibes.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Oh, I'm excited now. I am. Wow.
Actually, I'd be even more specific. That is Glenturret warehouses. Now,
Yeah.
I think Glenturret, what's their favoured warehouse? It's either 1 or 9, which is Bowmore and blah, blah. But yeah.
That is just
warehouse on my head. Dunnage warehouse.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Now, I don't think this is going to taste like anything similar to the current Glenturret range, except the non-peated side of their range. Yeah, the more I'm inhaling that, the more I'm enjoying that. I'm also getting a bit of tar now.
Okay.
Kind of, you think of warehouses, you think tarry kind of smells. And for those of you who aren't into peat, that nose is, it's definitely peated, but it's not like,
It's not a strong sense of peat in my mind. Silence is good. Ooh. I can't get over that aroma. Wow. There's a 3-letter word that I can think of. Wow.
That
is just wow.
Yeah, that is, it's very Glenturret.
Yeah.
It is very, very, in my head, that is very Glenturret. That is, it is a definite peated Glenturret spirit. But I think Luke is right. That is wow. And because I'm old and senile and can never remember anything after about 2 seconds, I'll have to have another try.
So if I talk about what I'm picking up, I think... Sorry, but I'm going to have to do the same as Chris because that is just so wow. I'm picking up, Chris, if you agree with me here, I'm getting sticky toffee pudding, bread and butter pudding, spotted dick, all with custard, right in front of me right now.
Well, you saying those three? There's 3. What's it? Desserts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can go with that. And you were talking of that, and I'm sitting there thinking, this is rather like having a really, really good brandy. You're not waiting till you finished your pudding, but having it with the pudding. That, I know I'm slightly biased because it was my favourite Glenturret before they got took over. There is a depth, there's a robustness.
There's so much to it. There's so much.
And it's just that complexity. It's unfair to try beyond wow.
Yeah.
It's unfair to unpick it.
No.
You need to sit down with a glass and spend 5-10 minutes just contemplating it, thinking about it. But that is a wow. That is a wow.
Honestly, if there's nothing I cannot say that's, that's bad about it. It's literally, if I could type up anything about that, it's just wow, because it is. It says it right on the bottle. Oh, that's amazing. That is good.
Okay.
Now I'm intrigued to find out more about it.
Okay, so basically, I'd say Glenturret, and we say 55.9%. First fill heavy char hogshead, which was a 3-year second maturation. So it's an 11-year-old. Okay, what do you think that costs?
So it's an 11-year-old. It's a Glenturret. So the 10 there was £72. That's good for a Glenturret, and it's a peated. I think we're going to be going. Glenturrets are good. I reckon we're going to go back. I'm going to go back 98. I think it could, for what it is. Yeah, £98.
Okay. Well, the last bottle of Ruadh Maor I bought from Glenturret was £100. My memory's right.
Okay.
So, been a bit of inflation since then.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go. I can't remember what the age of it was, but I'm going to go £100. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Another cracking value.
God, don't blame me. Don't blame me.
£74.
You got it.
I mean,
get me a bottle.
Well, I hate to say it, but so far I'm going. Just get me a bottle of each one.
Yeah.
I mean it's going to be difficult when we have to make up our minds with which is best.
Oh my God! I can't believe 74. God, that's just blown. I'm blown away.
I mean, if you're on a budget,
yeah.
So far, Aaron and the Ruadh Maor are definitely. They're spectacular value for money. Spectacular value. As good as any I've had in the last. Well, in terms of value, as good as anything I've had in the last. Well, so far this year.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. Okay. Our last one is a Williamson, 2014 distilled, 10-year-old. So Williamson means Laphroaig normally. A refilled, recharred hogshead, 56.3%. Now this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting,
especially for Laphroaig. I mean, I know what Laphroaigs are like. I've had them before.
So. Yeah, everybody worries they're medicinal.
Yeah.
Well, they are medicinal.
They are medicinal.
A single whiskey a day is good for your health.
Yeah.
But don't tell the doctor.
Don't tell the doctor.
He'll disagree.
He'll completely disagree.
And what is so noticeable is the difference between the two. So the two peated, totally different characteristics. Now, I have to admit, I can just about distinguish between an Oloroso and a PX, but really and truthfully, if it's a PX from whatever distillery, I very often can't. But yeah. Ooh, that is.
Oh, okay. That's not as bad as what I was thinking.
No, I'm thinking this could be a good introduction to Laphroaig, to be honest. Right. And it's not
that high in medicinal or anything like that. I'm thinking that's quite vanillaed and caramel flavour, really. I think that's quite. I know, I'm picking sweetness.
Yeah, the peat in there is underlying the sweetness, which I'm getting as
like marmalade,
chocolate.
Yeah, a bit of chocolate,
caramel chocolate,
galaxy. Yeah, a bit of galaxy.
That's the other thing. Mint chocolate chip.
Yes, mint chocolate. After 8, maybe a bit of
after 8. That's mint. Not a bad. That's not bad. Oh, we've nosed it. I can get to taste it.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that brilliant? I tell you what, it's hardly surprising after 6 whiskeys.
After 6 whiskeys, what happens? Yeah.
Oh, that is.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. But it's definitely spice. but not overpowering spice. I'm going more like cinnamon, a bit of cinnamon. Angostura bitters. Yeah, I'm going to go with that.
Angostura bitters.
Mm.
Yeah, I could go with that. To me, peat, wood, spice, and a non-medicinal.
Yeah.
Quite what it is. I can't identify it. My palate's terrible anyway. But there's a non-medicinal. There's something in between there, and the spice, to me, which is interesting because Luke likes buttered chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, he calls that a curry. I'm quite happy with vindaloo.
Yeah.
But that spice, you've drunk this. That spice just goes whoosh. But it's not a bad spice.
No, it's not a bad spice, no.
And
I'm blown away that is not actually too spicy, and that is something that I can actually enjoy.
So it's interesting because I knew what we're coming up as flavours wasn't what Single Cask Nation say.
Oh, okay.
Full of life. Definitely full of life. I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
That spiciness, that finish is a kick up the backside. It's like, I'm going to tell you've drunk this.
You've drunk this, yeah.
So I can get full of life. Youthful briny notes. Oh, that's the one, isn't it?
That's the one. Yeah.
Right at the end of that nose, very end of that nosing, I got salt. So briny, yeah, okay. The power of auto-suggestion. Briny notes.
Briny notes.
Try that and then see what you think.
Yeah.
Briny
notes.
Yeah, that now is briny note. And what else? There's one further thing that Single Cask Nation describes this as, which I'm in agreement with, but then I've read it. So
you've read it. I haven't. Oh, it's a difficult one. Briny note.
Once I tell you the word, you'll go, oh yeah, and you'll probably be able to be more specific.
Briny note. You've stunned me, Chris.
Well, with a surprising fruitiness.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And my thoughts aren't apples, but it's kind of green fruits, so apples, but more maybe a bit of pear.
Maybe a bit of pear, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking grape, maybe grape,
yeah,
but also a bit of probably dried fruit. I'd go.
Yeah. Possibly, but we're not looking at the raisins and sultanas. Not in my head anyway.
No.
Yeah, dried fruits of anything else but raisins and sultanas. But yeah, it could be great. I think, particularly now with that finish.
Oh, Granny Smith apples.
See, I'm not going apple. I'm going pear.
You're going pear.
But what I've got in my head is a pear wine. That's what I've got in my head. So yeah, both fruitiness. Okay, how much?
All right, okay. So Williamson 2014, 10-year-old, and it's 56 point fruit, and it is peated, so it's based on a Laphroaig. So, I mean, they've all been good offers so far. So, what to tell? I'm gonna go for this. I think I'm going to go about 80. Yeah, I'm going to go 85.
Okay.
85.
Well, I've had a few Williamsons, and some of them get ridiculously priced, and some of them are reasonably priced. I would probably aim that £90 to £100.
Okay.
That's where I'd probably aim that. and probably closer to the 100. And guess what?
It's going to be 100 quid, isn't it?
Yeah, have confidence, Luke.
Confidence.
Who said 85?
I said 85.
I reckon you should be able to get that for 85 quid. It's going to be around £85. Again, shops can vary by a couple of pounds either side, and whether they're having their special deal of the week or whatever. But I hate to say it, guys, I can't see any of these coming on special deals of the week.
No.
Because I cannot believe that any of these will hang on the shelves.
No. For those prices.
The prices and the quality,
yeah,
they are crackers. And wow, I mean, I have thoroughly enjoyed that.
Absolutely.
Now, which is your favourite?
Right. So, okay, interesting. So I know we started with these three here, the Laphroaig, and then we went for the Benriach, and then to finish off on the Glenturret. These three were good, definitely. I mean, I completely love the Benriach, absolutely. And then obviously we moved on to the final three. So we had the Tormore. Tormore was a bit hard for me to actually kind of get a, complex to actually understand the aroma, flavour. So I know so far that my least favourite out of all of them, I'm afraid, is the Tormore. But it was still tastes good, but I'd go there. In second place, it'd have to be the Benriach, definitely. That's up the top. My favourite, though, my overall favourite, I'm sorry, but it has to be the...
one neither of us can pronounce?
Yeah, the Ruadh Maor.
Ruadh Maor. Ruadhmahor. Just for
Glenn.
So at least we can spell it, even if we can't pronounce it.
That is a fantastic whiskey. You know what? And for the price.
Okay.
Chris, I'd love to hear what you think.
It's a difficult one. I would agree. The Tormore, which the public have voted, probably because it's virtually sold out, have obviously voted it's their favourite, was interesting, but to my mind didn't quite reach expectation. Before we got this tasting, I was thinking Tormore and Benriach win hands down. The Benriach has actually kind of lived up to expectation, shall we say. Tormore was a bit, maybe not. Now, again, I think it's split. I mean, it's splitting hairs between all six. If you can get a bottle of any of these, if you like your sherries, if you like your space sides, if you like your peated, if you can get a bottle of any of these, you will not be disappointed. So in my head, it's splitting hairs, but just to throw a little bit of spanner in the works, shall we say, I definitely agree. Ruadh Maor, that probably would be my favourite, and the spanner in the works. So we don't vote completely the same, because I mean, he's young, I'm old. We can't have the same palate, surely. Rather than the Benriach, I'm actually going to go for the Arran 9-year-old. And my reasoning for splitting hairs between that and the Benriach is simply because it appears to be on the internet at £60 a bottle.
Yeah.
So, seems very cheap for a cask strength single cask. If I had my way, I'd buy a case of every single one of these.
Absolutely.
But that would break the bank balance. I would probably get into a lot of trouble with my wife, and I would find it very hard to not just go, you know what, let's just have a good session on one of these.
Good session, one of these, absolutely.
They are. I've been looking forward to doing this tasting for quite some time, and part, as Luke said, he had a cold, and then we got to get over the cold so you can taste and blah, blah. And we've kind of been a bit slow in getting there. But honestly,
my cold's just gone.
These are a superb set of six. I mean, to be kind of fair, if you like, you know, independent bottlers do seem, on the whole, to have got their price points right and the quality for that price. But these, I said I think some people think of them as the American single malt Scotch malt whiskey society. I can see why there would be an analogy, because it's the quality of these is absolutely fantastic, without a shadow of a doubt. I have not had a bad bottle from them at all.
And we do have to say, obviously, obviously before we sign off, guys, we do have to say, obviously, massive thank you to Single Cask Nation as well
for providing the samples.
Providing
it was
the samples.
Very kind of them.
We obviously, as I say, what we do is we try, we sample, and then we review them, and then we'll do like a write up so we can send it back to our to Single Cask Nation to make them aware, obviously, what we thought. But no, definitely thank you to them for sending out these samples, these incredible samples, and also to the distilleries as well for doing such a cracking job.
Well, you know what I'm going to say?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to release 10.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right, guys.
So please just remember to like this video, subscribe to the Cask Connoisseur. We've got some more amazing content coming very, very soon. As you can see, Chris is definitely in his good books now, enjoying his... which one are you actually enjoying? The Tormore.
That's the Tormore.
Yeah.
Which I thought might be interesting, because we did that before we did the Peated. So one final comment before we say cheers and that's it. Tormore after a peated whiskey. That has really shot up.
Wow.
Strange.
Because
the theory is peated always comes last.
Yeah.
So yeah, that if we'd have done it the other way
round.
Anyway, guys,
I think it's fair to say. So, Chris, did you want your winner in the hand?
I'm going to stick with the Tormore for now.
Well, guys, thank you so much. As I say, please remember to like, subscribe to the Cask Connoisseur. Can't wait to see you again. Cheers all, good health.
Good health.